Hello, David. You woke up early and got the fast horse today, didn't you? Majid says salam cheturi. Merci, khubam. Majid says what? I want my fourth book. The fourth book is not about consciousness, it's about sales and marketing. Hello, Pra. Gary, UK 55. Thank you for letting me know. Adam, oh, Adam, it's been a while, no? It's been a long time since you've been here. Says it's 8:50 here in Devon. David says H23 Dallas, Texas. Thank you very much. Has everyone read the first couple of lines of written up there after my hello way on top? Just take a look when you want to send the question in. As usual, I need to know where you're tuning in from, how old you are, and what your gender is. That helps me a lot to know what angles and how to deliver, and if I can use some of your cultural backgrounds to make the delivery a little bit more clear. Hello, Sandy. How are you? Good evening to you as well. Oh, Majid says no. Remember, I wrote books. Yes, that's right. No more books. You want to write books? You got to go on my site, make an appointment. That's the whole idea. We have short discussions here, and sometimes, yeah, it goes a little longer because I can't stop talking about it and don't want to shortchange you guys. But generally, if there is a detailed discussion necessary to explore your situation, we need to have a one-on-one Skype appointment consultation. So that way you will book a time, and as I mentioned, up to 1 hour, whatever you guys register, book, I'll give you double. So if it's half an hour, I give you 1 hour. If it's 1 hour, I give you 2 hours. So in that way, it will be very reasonable for you, and the other way, the channel gets proceeds and also does what it's supposed to do to grow. David says, I've seen your old videos on sales. Do you like that career? Well, you know, I was a pretty good salesman. I still am in what I do, but I always value and focus on integrity, honesty, helping the clients. So it's a different style of sales. It's sales with style. And that's what I taught at university here at Continuation Education Department for a few years. And yeah, I wrote the book on that basis, on what I think sales should be, rather than twisting someone's arm and trying to sell them something. So, well, you know, it depends how you look at it. If you think of sales as something that you're trying to kind of be dishonest or cheat some people or force them into buying something or kind of convince them, that's a different sales that I don't believe in. But if it's about informing, giving information, analyzing, doing research, and helping the client to reach their goals, how this product or this system or this service could help them to achieve their goals, then you are a consultant. Then you are a person who's trying to help people grow and be successful, rather than you just being successful by having sold something and make a commission. If you focus on your pocket and what you're going to make out of sale, you will not be successful. But if you focus on how to help the person to achieve their goals, how to help them to grow, how to help them to have a better business, how to help them to make money and be more successful in whatever it is that they are doing, then the money will naturally fall into your pocket as a byproduct. You don't have to worry about that. So focus on what you can do for that person who needs your help. The rest, it will be automatic. So it's a different kind of so if you think it that way, then it's a very classy. Yes, I enjoyed it because it's very prestigious. But if you think of yourself as, oh, I see a prey, I gotta go sell him something, then you feel cheap, and that's not the way. For me, that's not the way. Majid says, merci as Komak. Majid from London 32. You're welcome, Majid. Majid says, Mehran, talk about your GF not telling their parents. Oh, not my GF. Oh, talking about girlfriends not telling their parents about you. About also take in consideration that our relationship has been up and down so far. I believe your girlfriend or the girl that you're dating is from Morocco, right? Am I correct? And she hasn't told them about you, or you haven't told your parents, your mom, about her. Or neither, or both. Okay, I'll get back to you in a second. Let me just see the greetings, and we socialize a little bit, and then we get into it. Just give me a few minutes. You'll be the first one that we'll chat about. Sandy says, I'm doing okay. Thank you, Mehran. I hope you're well. Thank you very much. I am good as long as... I'm always much better when I am helping people and getting to see the differences that these videos and these talks make in people's lives. And I have figured that out for myself. It's clear to me, like a daylight as it is right now. It's clear to me what makes me happy. What makes me happy is to be able to continue these talks on live stages, on workshops around the world, to make these videos, to be invited for speaking engagements, to help people to sort out their ambiguities in their mind and what they're facing with, explore it for them, and together help them to grow, help them to be happy, help them to be free from their thoughts that is not helping them to be free, because it's all in here. This is the representation and the summary of the world that you're interacting with. This is like the filter. This is like the reflection of the world to you. This is how the world is represented to you, through your consciousness, through your thoughts. Whatever you feel is because of what you think. And if we are able to understand the effects of thoughts and understand where these thoughts come from, why you're thinking that way, why you're feeling that way, where this feeling comes from, based on which thought, and why is that thought created, what is the mechanism that has created that thought, and why you believe the thought that has come to your mind. That's where the whole key is. The thoughts come into your mind. But why do you believe some of them? What are the elements that makes you believe this particular thought that came to your mind? Hence, you will be affected by the consequences of this thought that came to your mind. Why do you believe it to begin with, then to worry about its consequences and be affected by it, and then run with it on all those tangents? So the problem is that you believe your thoughts. The problem is not the thinking, the thought. The thought is there. As you can see it, I've discussed it in my book, Transient Thoughts and Me. The thoughts enter your mind for the reasons that is explained in there. If you haven't acquired that book, please do go on my site, click on the books, look at the table of contents of Transient Thoughts and Me, purchase that book. Ebook, $4.99, not a big deal. Keep it on your, in fact, just take the two, both of them. Transient Thoughts and Me, My Psyche and I, highly recommend it. Both of them together is what, $10? Put it on your library. It's ebooks. And thoughts come into your mind. You can't stop that. The only time that you wouldn't be thinking is when your heart stops. So thinking, thoughts is like heartbeats. It's there. Now, why do you believe it? That's why you feel the way you do. That's why you're pissed off. That's why you're depressed. Everything has to do with you believing your thoughts. When you understand thoughts are stupid, just because they appear in your head, that doesn't mean they are right or correct or truth or facts. But why is it that sometimes you believe your thoughts and then you go downhill? Whatever that stupid thought has been, it's okay as long as you haven't believed it. But there are elements that make you actually believe it's correct, it's truth, it's fact. Then you react to it. Before you are convinced that it is truth, you won't react to it. You know, it's like you walking in the jungle or in the streets and you see all these trees and you don't react to them. But as soon as you see one of them falling on your head, then suddenly you react to it. Now, if it's not really falling on your head, but you think like the shadow of something caused you to think it's about to fall, maybe windy, maybe you didn't catch it, maybe you didn't understand, somehow the reflection of light makes you believe, makes you think that it's falling, then you react, yeah? But it's not falling, but you believed that it's falling. Then you react. So the reaction is only when you believe something. So why do you believe some of your thoughts? Look for those reasons. For example, you believe that she was the right girl for you. Why? Beside all these other things that we talked about, the desire and pleasure and all these, and the memory and all that, psychological security, order, all these things that we said. You think she was the ex who left you was the right girl for you, or right guy for you, whatever your relationship is. Now you look deeper. Why am I believing somebody who has left me was the right girl for me? If she was the right girl for me, she wouldn't leave me. But you're not thinking that way. You're just thinking she was the right girl for you. Why? Beside all the other reasons that you can find, we're talking about this particular one. Beside all other reasons that you can find, we're talking about this particular one. Why do you think the ex was the right girl for you, or the right guy for you, whatever your relationship is? I got caught off here, that's why I'm repeating everything, just to make sure that you guys hear me. So beside all the other reasons that we've talked about, that why you think, your ex was all that, we're talking about this particular one. Why do you think ex was the right girl for you. Let's explore this particular one angle. You think the ex was right for you, not because the ex was right for you, because you think that you would be lonely, alone, lonely, if you don't find another girlfriend. So the fear of being lonely makes you believe that this ex was the right girl for you. Not because she really was. Your motivation to believe it is not because she was right, it's because you're afraid, fearful of being lonely, some concern of something else that is not beneficial to you makes you actually believe the thought that this girl was right for you. So you're not really focusing on the girl being right for you. You're focusing on the fact that if you're lonely, that's not good, that you don't like it. And this girl wasn't making you, because of her, you weren't lonely. So fear of being loneliness makes you think the girl was right for you. If you think this way, then you understand. It is believing your thoughts that makes you suffer. Understand, you separate yourself from your thoughts will free you, because thoughts are not always correct, but you find certain reason to believe they're correct and believe them as if they're facts, not because they present you facts, because you're afraid of something else that it could be represented as a repercussion or the result of that situation. So being fearful of being lonely and not having a girlfriend, you will be lonely, makes you believe that she was the only one that you could be with and that she was the right girl for you. Fear makes you believe your thoughts. Fear makes you believe your thoughts. Consequences makes you believe your thoughts. Thought is not necessarily factual. Thought is not necessarily truth or facts. It is your need and fears that makes you think the thought is factual, has merits. Think about it. When you are suffering from certain thing, figure out, is that the certain thing that brings you suffering? Or is that you believing that, thinking about that, whatever it is, to be true? And why do you think it is true? What are the elements? Is it fear, consequences, need, pleasure, desire? Or is it really fact that she was the right girl? Not that you desire sex, not that you desire intimacy, not that you worry about, losing an opportunity, not that you worry about, was part of my plan, was helping me to get to my plan, but believing your thoughts. All right, think about it. That's how you can separate yourself from your thoughts, not allowing thoughts that appear in your head to actually present or make you think that because it's appeared, it also carries facts, truth. All right, let's see. I hope you guys enjoyed that little discussion. Prakriti says, Mehran, is that green tea that you're drinking, or is it tea? Actually, this is a herbal tea. It has no black or green tea in it. It's made out of pomegranates, raspberry, hibiscus, and all kinds of different herbs in it. And I added some blueberries to it. I don't know, I just felt like it. A concoction, homemade. Adam Nesbitt says, it has been a while. I was seeing a Lithuanian woman that came to an end. Damn, she was cold and hard work. I come back to refresh on your knowledge. Ah, good. Eventually all of you will come to my lair. That's Dr. Evil talking. You will all be my own guest. Come to my lair. It's inevitable. Unless you learn about your psyche, you will always be a candidate for suffering through need for pleasure, for fulfilling your desires, fluffing your ego, fearing, thoughts, consciousness, all of that. So that is why I have been focused on sharing all these things with you, to bring you the freedom that you deserve. Freedom from your thoughts, from the activities of your mind, from the virtual reality goggle that we each have on our heads, and we see the world to that limit, to the limits of the screen that contains what we interact with, which is our consciousness. Our consciousness is a limited version of the world. We see the world through our consciousness. And therefore we see the humongously unlimited world through a limited window. And that is why all the problems come about. Limited knowledge. Knowledge is always limited. And knowledge and ignorance goes hand in hand. When you think you've got it all, then that's actually ignorant, because the knowledge is limited. And so you see the unlimited world with a limited knowledge. And you think that limited knowledge, your consciousness, is actually all there is, and all the solutions, and all the screens, and all the pictures, all the events are in there. That's it. That's why you find yourself helpless, because you think that's all there is, and I have to solve all that, whatever is happening, through this limited knowledge. Once you understand that you are interacting with the unlimited world through a limited virtual reality goggle, limited information, your consciousness, then you will be free to know that there's always, in such things, especially such things that we're talking about, there's solutions. And you will be free from the hooplas and the dances that the thoughts make you do and think that's the only dance that you can do. All right. Oh, Majid is writing another book again. I can see that. Where was I? There it is. Alina says how to move from, remember guys, I wonder how many languages should I say that? Maybe I'm using the wrong language. English, maybe it's the wrong one. I need to know where you guys tuning in from, how old you are, what's your gender. That's the least you can let me know. So Alina, send that through before I read your question. Now I'm going to be mean. So I'm going to read it. I'm not going to answer it until I see that information. There we go. How to move on from a boyfriend who's constantly telling me he still doesn't know if he made the right decision and that he misses me. I don't get it. He keeps telling you that he doesn't know if he made the right decision, and he doesn't know that if he misses you. Is that what he's saying? Well, tell him, okay, go away, bye-bye, until you figure it out. Have a nice day. Get him out. Don't let him to control you with these psychotic, narcissistic dangling of an opportunity in front of you and making you feel like you're not good enough. Tell him bye-bye. Get lost. That's how you do it. Anna says, how can I accept a situation I can't control? The fact that you know you can't control it should be enough for you to accept it. And understand that the fact that it's happening or whatever it is, it's not a reflection on you. You're trying to control it because you think it would reflect on you. When you're not in control of it, what's there to waste your time on? Move on. It's a very ambiguous question, of course, very limited. I need details in order to put it in perspective. But that's as much as I can tell you. Alina says, how to move on from an ex-boyfriend. Well, if you go on my channel, I have a playlist called How to Move On. There are many, many videos there. I can't just describe one aspect of this topic. There's so many things. Depends on what kind of a situation, what kind of relationship, and all that is involved in there. How to move on from an ex-boyfriend is not like one way. There's so many things that you can consider. The first thing is that you accept the situation is not working. You accept the situation because you focus on the fact that the boyfriend is changed, is no longer what you chose and how things were or how he was or behaved at the beginning. The problem is that you're still looking at him, but you're perceiving him. You're seeing him, but you think of him now as he was then. And that characteristics that is in your memory as the boyfriend was then, before, when things were good, doesn't let you to see the person's behavior and mentality and changes now. So there's a coating. Your memory of him, how things were and you were pleased with it, is coating him, not letting you see him as he is. Because if you see him as he is, he would not meet your standards. Therefore, because of his attention, lack of attention, behavior, manners, all these you will not approve of. But you don't see all that. You see his avatar, his physical appearance, that reminds you of the information and the attributes and characters that you have of him in your memory. And that comes in and gives him his characteristics. Then you have a hard time to move on because you think he's still that what you used to like. But he's changed. He's no longer that what you used to like. But you got to see him in the light of the day, in today, in now. Not perception of him according to what you have of him. Then you will say, hey, he's not qualified. I don't like this person, because if I would have seen somebody like him for the first time with these manners and characters and attention, behavior, whatever mentality, now for the first time in the street or somehow get to know him in a party or something, you wouldn't pay attention to him. But you do because you don't see him as he is now. You see him as he used to be. Focus on that. See him how he is now. Then you judge according to your expectations of the now. All right. You still haven't told me age, where you're tuning in from. Majid says, half Norwegian, half Algerian. She hasn't told her parents. Sorry for asking, but how is your son, and has he stopped his channel? And where's the rest of your question? Majid says Mehran, and that's not my name, so you get one cross on your name, you get 2 more mistakes. Your question will not be answered. No need to answer my question. I answered my own question. just by listening to you talk about your thoughts and believing them. Okay, there you go. Going to buy all your books. You give so much away for free. Amazing generosity. All right, sounds good. Would there be a possibility of you talking about other subjects apart from breakups? You're amazing. Aziz, merci. I'll stop now. Okay. Well, I always talk about many different topics. Mostly what you're hearing that is used for breakups and so. Breakups is a venue for you to actually see and understand how your mind, your psyche works. But the roots that is being used to deliver these points and help you guys with your relationships is coming from the behavior of your psyche. Relationship between your thoughts and consciousness, fear, desire, pleasure, and ego, the center, the order, the mechanical process. These are all having to do with your psyche. It's not exclusive to relationships, but I'm using that because it's so common and universal, these challenges, so you can understand it easier. Otherwise, the actual discussion in the channel is about the psyche. And as you can see, if you go on my channel and look for the playlist The Psyche, you will see 100 of videos there. That has nothing to do with a relationship. They're all about your psyche, your center, who you are, how to understand yourself. It's like an owner's manual of a person, a human mind. It talks about all kinds of things. So, in fact, the question is, the fact is that the relationship is not really the main topic of this channel. The relationship is one way to deliver what the channel is trying to deliver, which is understanding your center, understanding yourself, your psyche, being free from the challenges that your own mind creates for you by understanding it. And that's the purpose of this channel. All right. Ayushman says, Sir, I'm going through breakup. She left me, but she was ignoring me. She keeps telling me that she can't see future together with me and don't love me and much as I do. It all happened just in 2 months. Yeah, okay, because you've been like a doormat. Because you want sex, and girl, especially in that neck of the wood, it's so hard to find a girlfriend, or so to speak, or so many hooplas and traditional things and things to consider that makes it difficult. And the girls, even if they like you, they have to pretend they don't like you until you come and want to marry them. And all these hooplas, it's so difficult that you think that she's, all that, so you've been 24/7 available to her, and she, being just another human being, doesn't really think she's all that, but you made her feel that, and she doesn't have enough confidence in herself, so she thinks, if this guy is paying so much attention to me, and I'm really not that much, because I know I'm not, what have I accomplished in life? Nothing. I just maybe look good or whatever. But inwardly, she's not really that concerned, or she doesn't really consider her looks to be accomplishment. So inwardly, she doesn't think she's accomplished. She doesn't think she's that high and mighty or worthy. So lack of that confidence makes her question in her mind, why is this guy paying so much attention to me? Because I don't think I'm much. So if I don't think I'm much, which means I'm not much, and he pays so much attention to you, the girl thinks maybe he's not much. Because if he was much, why would he pay so much attention to me that I don't think I'm anything? It's lack of confidence in her. But because you've paid too much attention to her, because sex and girlfriend, all that was the only thing that makes this world sense to you, because all the hardship that you're going through, I don't know how old you are. Again, you haven't told me that. And if you guys keep not telling me that, I'll stop answering questions, because it pisses me off. I'm in the middle of discussion and I want to know that information. So, So because of the challenges of job or money or everything else or studying, everything is there, and you can't find a solution and be free from all those responsibilities or challenges, sex and girlfriend makes world make sense to you, because that's the time you feel you're somebody. And that's why you pay so much attention to the girl, especially in that neck of the wood. And then she not having enough confidence in herself, she feels like she's all that. Or she feels, I'm not anything. He pays so much attention to me. Why? Maybe he's not worth it. Otherwise, why would he pay so much attention to me? Then she thinks she's all that. She's too good for you. Then she drops you. So, it's not that there's anything wrong with you. There's something wrong with her. Not enough confidence to appreciate attention and real care. And your motivation to show so much appreciation and care is not because she's all that great. It's because of sex, intimacy, girlfriend. Makes you feel free and accomplished, because everything else in your life is difficult. Or you see so many challenges ahead. So you try to make sense out of your life through pleasure. And in this case, your girlfriend. I hope that helps you guys to put things into perspective. Be balanced. What has she done that she deserves so much attention? What? What has she accomplished? Feeds the hungry children? Cures the common cold? Helps the people from, bring safety to them? Food to them? Has she become a scientist that helps the world with advancements of lifestyle and quality of life? What has she done that she's so high and mighty? Nothing. In most cases at that age, nothing. It's just the fact that you are seeking pleasure, and you're thinking pleasure is enough to qualify her to be the Almighty for you. So in fact, you're worshiping and loving pleasure, not her. That's what your need is. And that's what you get through association with her, the pleasure. And therefore, you really love pleasure, and pleasure is one of your characteristics, your abilities. So in fact, you really love yourself. So if you understand all of that, then you bring balance to your life. Don't make her to be all that, more than what she is. Love her, protect her, appreciate her, respect her, be kind to her, but in balance, moderation, enough. Then she will also understand that there is expectations of behavior, character, accomplishments, not just she is pretty, okay, all that. You can't live with pretty. You can't bond with pretty. You can't bond with physical attributes. Any one of you. It has to be with mentality, manners, characteristics, consciousness. Got to go deeper for longer lasting relationships. Chris, thank God. Chris, 29, UK male. Finally, I know I can give a aura, give a picture to who I'm talking. So from now on, guys, I don't see this information, at least how old you are, where you're tuning in from, if you're man or woman, what your gender is. I won't answer, right? Good enough? Fair enough? All right. Maybe I should say, if I don't see you guys have bought the books, I will not answer. Maybe that would be a better deal, huh? Because we need to grow. There are 28 people here. I better see 28 likes, guys. Take a moment right now. Click on like. Just click. Second. If you like it, click on like. I should see at least 28 likes. By the way, make a comment, please, on the new sign I put on that says the subscribe sign, the red button. It's pretty visible. It's better than the other one, isn't it? Make a comment. Let me know what you think. Because to my amazement, some of my videos have been viewed by 300,000 people, I don't know, 50,000. But I don't have 50,000, 300,000 subscribers. Even though all through the video I say, if you like it, subscribe. And everyone, thousands come back and say, oh, we loved it. It's so important, so good, and helped us. But why is it that they haven't subscribed? So maybe this bigger sign will help out. I'm still in the infancy of knowing how to deal with this whole thing to encourage people to subscribe and all that. But anyhow, we hope that will come along on its own. So Chris, 29, UK male, says, 4 weeks ago, I left my girlfriend. Long story short, we weren't compatible. I loved her when I left, but I know it was true, right decision. It was the right decision. I think that's what you want to say. I don't want her back. All right. Chris continues, 4 weeks later, I'm doing fine. But last night, I had a nightmare. She was a drunk mess, and she fell on me and told me she had been sleeping around. Now I can't shake the image. Well, so what? What do you think she's going to be doing? Huh? Go live in a convent? Yeah, you broke up with her, she broke up with you, or you broke up with her. It's broken up, the relationship, because it wasn't the right girl for you, and kudos to you, you recognize that, not wasting your time, not wasting hers, or whatever the reason was, you decided that. So why do you think she'll be sitting around home? If you wanted her not to go anywhere and be with you, well, you wouldn't break up with her. You broke up with her because it wasn't the right match, which means you will be pursuing a right match, trying to find the right match, and you expect her, freed her, so naturally she should be pursuing and looking, searching for the right match for her. Right? So whether you dream, nightmare, what's a nightmare? It's a dream. You were probably, I don't know, horny and thinking about her and then wondering if she's still waiting for you or you can still have her or not, and then all these thoughts translated into she's being drunk and sleeping around. But it's her right if she wants to sleep with somebody else. What did you expect? Huh? She's gonna be a, what? Living in convent and take a vow of silence, or what? It doesn't make sense, right? Be reasonable. You had your reasons, you took action. Now, whether you sleep with somebody else or she sleeps with somebody else, who cares? And the images, why should you worry about that? She was your girlfriend, you broke up with her, and it is a fact that she will sleep with somebody else. If she hasn't, maybe 10 other guys. Who knows? Maybe one, maybe nobody. It doesn't matter. But you should not worry about that image, because that image is part of her reality and her life, her right. So is yours. So go create other images. You're going to find your other girlfriend that you want. Don't worry about her. Focus on your own life. You had a reason for that. So focus on that reason and focus on building your life and go on and advance. Don't let the images, describe your reality. Don't let the images in your head, which comes out of fear, which comes out of all your ego and so on and so forth, create a certain kind of a hesitance and hindrance on you dealing and negotiating with your daily life. Who cares? Images. You see all kinds of images. But first of all, you shouldn't believe them. And if you do, and if it's actually reality, she is sleeping with somebody else, so what? It's her right. She's a human being. And what did you expect? She's going to sit home and go to church and pray all day long, that what? So naturally, she's going to look for a mate, and that's fine. Accept it. It's all right. Chris says, I have a feeling in my guts that I can't shake. I guess I fear the anticipation of her actually sleeping with someone. She will. She has, maybe. Just say she has. So is it her that you want, or is it your ego that you're trying to protect? My ego, it's mine. Nobody touch. I don't want to touch it, but nobody touch. I have a food here. Oh, I don't want to eat it. I'm full. I don't want it. I don't want anybody else eat it too. Well, fucking selfish. What's going on? Can't hoard things. You were her boyfriend. you had reasons to believe it's not the right girl for you. Fair enough. You order the food, you had your food, you ordered another food, or that food is too much, you don't want it anymore, you're full of it. Well, now you don't want anybody else eat it. What, to go spoil? What are you talking about? So accept that it's okay for her. Yeah? It's okay for her. Because you're not there. You don't want her. And she has to live. She's a human being. Respect her. And therefore wish her well. So I hope she'll be, finding a good boyfriend that would love her. Because I'm looking for another girlfriend that I can really feel it's the right girl for me. So I'm going to do my best to find the right girlfriend, and she should do the same. All right. Now we go back to Ayush says, I think I read this. Sir, I'm going through a breakup. She left me, but she was ignoring me. She kept telling me that she can't see future together with me and don't love me as much as I do. It happened. Oh, we talked about this. And then he continues, before that everything was great. And then he says, I've also hurt her so much. She also hurted me so much. I'm still willing to be in relationship, but it's not, no. We discussed that. All right, so let's move on to the next question. Yeah, don't worry about the future. Future, you may not actually want to be with her because you will change and you will have other expectations. You will be more accomplished. You will expect more from a girl and you'll be having different tastes. You will be looking for a more, maybe, I don't know, educated or mature or different kind of characteristics. So don't worry about the future now. Just focus on the now. Rebuild your life. Focus on your life. You'll be fine. Yeah? She wasn't the only girl in this world. Move on. Things happen that way sometimes. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Don't make it a huge deal. It's huge because you just want sex. That's it. But later on you'll see it wasn't huge. Okay, Ayushman says, in my mind there is always a fight who was right, who was wrong, in relationship wise it ended. Okay, we discussed all that. All right. So now let's talk about Roman. Roman says, good afternoon, Mehran Agha. Good afternoon, Roman. How are you, dear? And he says, our master of wisdom and positive energy. Hope you're doing well. Male 31, Israel. Thank you very much, Roman. I appreciate that. Good of you to join us. Well, I'm great when I'm here with you guys and have a hand in everyone's happiness and freedom. So thank you for asking. And Ayush says, Indian, age 18. You see, this is very important for you guys to let me know this information before you put your question in, like in your question. Because that, right now, if I had this information that you're age 18, I would have told you exactly what I told you, but even in a stronger way, that don't even give it a second thought. You're at the age that nothing else matters. You hardly know who you are, what you expect, what your future will be, let alone knowing what you expect that the girl that you like should be. You don't even have standards about the kind of girl that... The only thing you can think is your hormones. You know, you're like a stallion running around, and any girl you see, if they're pretty and turn you on, you think she's the right girl. And then if she doesn't want to be with you, oh, the right girl doesn't want to be with me. No, just some girl that you had the hots for. That's it. Because that's the age you're at. You can't have an idea what you really want because you don't even know who you are, what you're going to be. So go through this socializing, that's okay, but don't take it too serious. Just be nice to the girls. Be polite, be a gentleman, be kind, be loving, be considerate, be unselfish. That's a good boyfriend. But that's it. A boyfriend for a short while, a month or two, few months, a year. You have no business to think any girl that you meet right now is going to be your wife. So this is natural and normal for it to keep changing or break up and so on. They're perfectly fine. Go on, you will find a lot more other opportunities. Just focus on your studies, focus on preparing for a good life and providing good eventually for yourself and for your future family. At this point, everything is good. That was fine. A good experience. That's it. And move on now. Good experience for you. Anna says, my husband and my relationship didn't work out. That's the situation I can't control. Chicago 33. Okay. See, these are very important. If I know your age, it's very important. And where you're coming from, it's very important. So, your husband and your relationship. I hope it's the same, right? It's not like your husband and you had a relationship on the side with somebody else. So it's a relationship with your husband that didn't work out. Okay, it happens. What do you think it's supposed to be a disaster? Why? This is part of the experiences that we go and see and seek without really seeking in this journey of life. It's part of that. You know, on point A to point E, from here to some kind of a tropical place that you're driving your car through, you're going towards that destination that you chose by driving your car. You will see so many sceneries, so many places that you will stop for rest and you will like it. It's nice, beautiful, but it's not really exactly what I want. And then you move on. It didn't work out. That particular location didn't work out. But it's not the only or the last location on the road. This journey of life is a long road. That on this path you will meet lots of locations and beautiful spots, but just because they're beautiful spot and they hit the spot or they make you feel good, that doesn't mean that is where you want to actually camp. That is not where you actually think this is where you want to stay. Commit yourself to it. Sometimes you will find things at the beginning is very beautiful, but eventually you feel it's not enough, or for some reason the weather changes there, or some kind of, I don't know, rock fall, or things are not so good, and you decide, okay, it's no longer working for me, that spot, that place to camp or have my picnic or have my livelihood. So you get on your car and continue toward that destination that you chose, or a destination that you have to choose now new because this that seemingly was your destination seems like it's not working. It's not a reflection on you. It has lots of elements involved. The weather, the air, the wind, the, I don't know, sun, or the crowdedness, or so many people are there. It's not like the way it used to be when you arrived there. Things were different. But now, you know, it's out of your control. Maybe the trees caught fire, and the quality of the air is not good. The food around is not sufficient. Some reason that gives you good enough reason for you to want to move out, onward, and keep going, move on. That's not under your control. So you can't blame yourself. You should just simply say, okay, what do I have to do now? What I have to do is to try to see if I can clean up, fix up, put the fire out, this and that. But I've tried that. Looks like it doesn't get tamed. So what do? Well, I have to accept it. That's no longer a good camp for me to stay there. So I get onto my car and move on to another destination. This is a story of life. So don't think you're guilty, or don't think that it's something you have to tame it. No, not everything in life we can tame. You just accept it, you know, because it's not a reflection on you, and it's not under your control to say, I can fix it. Well, you can't fix it. The hurricane comes, you gotta move. It's quite busy road, so you don't take your car, you walk. If you want to go to your work, you take a bus. Or it's really, people are driving nuts because it's snowing or raining, people are just not really paying attention. Well, you simply don't drive or don't go that direction. You go a different direction. These are not under your control. You can't stand in the middle of the street and control, hey, don't come. It's me. I want to pass by. No, you can't. You see the danger. You're not responsible for it. You can't control it. You accept it, but you deviate from it. You go somewhere else. You choose a different path. Get yourself away from it. Not try to stay there and die just because I have to be in control of everything. No. I have a video called How to Be in Control in Your Life. What is control? It's only 3 minutes or so. You watch that video and it basically tells you that what controlling life means. Controlling life, it doesn't mean that you can change events or stop things from happening necessarily. Like imagine if you're in your boat in the ocean. You can't stop the winds from blowing. You can't stop the waves from flowing. The only thing you can do is to become an experienced captain so you can keep the balance of your boat, that it won't capsize. Otherwise, the tsunamis, the winds, the waves, all these are not in your control. So to be in control, it doesn't mean to be able to stop the waves or the winds and the things like it. No, to be in control means to be an experienced, wise captain, to create actions that brings balance to your situation, to your boat, so it won't flip over because of all these things that you're not in control. So that's what you should focus right now. That is what's happening with your relationship. Then what you got to do to move on. Life is not limited to one relationship or one situation when it's not in your control anymore. You don't sum up life in one relationship or something that you can't control. Just figure out, okay, I accept it, I can't control it, I'll move on. Move on and go make it better for yourself, either by yourself or with other relationships or however it's going to be. All right. Sadyasp, I don't know what that stands for, however, says how to stop any kind of addiction. Just to stop. Understand that addiction is contrary to your opportunity to life and health. And for a good journey in life, you need as much as possible to focus and take care of your health, because that's going to enable you to enjoy this journey better, and the journey would be smoother ride. Anything that wants to control you in this life, you should not. Everybody rises up through the history in different dictatorialships, dictators as leaders of a country who were abusing and oppressing their people and wanted to control them. But eventually people rise. In any historic facts you look, people do not take shit from dictators. Eventually they all rose and got themselves to freedom, because it's against the nature of human being to be controlled. So we human beings have learned to not want to be controlled by somebody else or a government or something. It has to be democratic. But yet you go purposely get yourself hooked on something that controls your whole life, your thinking, your whole intentions, and become slave of that thing in the name of drugs or alcohol, addictions of one kind or another, gambling or whatever the hell it is. It doesn't make sense. How come that you can see it's not good for you? Somebody's trying to control you by dictatorial ways. It's dictating to you what to do, what not to do. It's taking your freedom away. You rise against that. But something that doesn't have a human face on it, is drugs or alcohol or gambling or whatever the hell it is, you allow it to continuously control you and take you out of your whole system of life. It doesn't make sense. If you see it in the same light, you can see why you should stop the addiction and not ever allow anything to cause you to be addicted to it. No kind of addiction, no matter what it is, should be allowed. All right, let's move on. Strengthen your willpower. Understand its effects on your life. Look back. See where this addiction has brought to you. Has it brought anything good to you? No. All it has done is brought pleasure and made you think that feeling how you feel after using that drug, alcohol, whatever the hell it is that you do, it just brings you a certain kind of a momentary pleasure and makes you think because you are pleased and you're experiencing pleasure, falsely makes you feel that you don't need to accomplish anything, because the purpose of accomplishing things is for you to feel good about yourself. And when you're on drugs or something like that, addiction, you feel good about yourself through the pleasure that you receive. So you think, what else do I want to do? I feel good. I'm having pleasure. So you get hooked on that, and you replace this action of using whatever it is to give you that pleasure as the way for you to feel accomplished. And then you can't stop it. Not just because the physiological and all the things that's gone to your bloodstream, also because you're satisfied and you think this is the way that you feel accomplished. Because when you're experiencing pleasure, nothing else matters, and you think you've already accomplished everything because nothing else is needed. I want to accomplish things to experience different kind of pleasure, but I am experiencing pleasure through this using this bullshit thing that I'm using. Therefore you feel no reason for you to accomplish anything or want to accomplish anything. You replace everything that you can achieve in life with only pursuing that pleasure that you receive for a short period of time from that addiction. If you understand that, you will see the addiction to whatever it is the detriment, is the negative, is the reason for your lack of success and happiness, because you're dependent on that thing to bring you happiness. The happiness is no longer free for you at your will. It's dependent on if you have that substance or you're doing that thing or not. That has to be cut out. Free yourself from that. That should be your motivation. You want your life back, full. And for that, you gotta get the shit out of your life. And addiction to anything is the shit that you gotta get rid of. Chris Taylor says she was 25, by the way. And you were? $29. Yeah, okay. Whatever age was, who cares? You're focusing on her physiology, physical, attributes. Don't. You didn't break up with her because of the physical attribute necessarily. Maybe you did, I don't know. But mostly because it wasn't the right girl. And the right girl is what she has in her head and how she lives, behaves, accomplishes, does things. So first, create that balance that you want in life and design and figure out what exactly type of girl that you want. Then you get to know their consciousness and then see if you guys are compatible. Otherwise, physical attributes is not going to be enough to convince you if it's the right girl or not right girl. And I'm sure you understand that. All right. Murray says, Canadian 55 male. Hello. Hello, Murray. Victor says, hello, Mehran. Hello, Victor. You were talking about material arts and the idea of all universal energy behind you. So you can use it. I get the idea. But how do you really connect to it? How do you develop relationship? If you have and you continue, how do you develop the relationship with this force. If you may add some practical examples or guide what I can study about it. Thank you. Sure. You can pick up the book Me, My Psyche and I on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com. Click on the books and then click on Me, My Psyche and I. There's a video right beside it, maybe 1 or 2 minutes, tells you what the book is all about. Then you click on the book, opens up, and you will see the table of contents. And in table of contents, you will see chapters such as willpower, mind power, mind needs a home, universal power, willpower, meditation. And the meditation is a big chapter, and that's where you learn how to improve this conflux between the energy of the universe and you. And on the channel, I have many videos about universal power and the willpower. Just put in willpower or universal energy or key. You will have a bunch of videos. That I may even have a playlist, I'm not sure, about willpower. So they will help you to understand how to align yourself with it, how to promote that energy flow into you via the meditation, and how to understand your relationship and connection with the universal energy. Otherwise, it's going to be like a few hour discussion, which I don't think could be, if they're not interested, could be quite boring, but yet it's very interesting. Gustavo Molinari, or Molinari. Hi, I'm Gustavo, 45-year-old. What do you do when your ex uses your kids as a leverage? Oh, yeah. Gustavo, where are you from? Spain, Italy, Mexico. Well, see, I don't know how old the kids are, how old your wife is, if you guys have joint custody, are you divorced or still, it's an ex, yeah? And how often do you see your children, what kind of relationship you have with them. These are all important. If you want, you can go to my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, make an appointment with me through consultation, talk to me for consultation, and the packages that you choose, up to 1 hour, whatever package you choose, I'll double it, and then we'll explore it and we'll talk about it. It needs an interaction discussion and lots of information I need. Then we'll explore it together, and I'm sure it will be an interesting exploration and discussion. DK Leonkes, okay. I liked anyway, so I had my first breakup. I liked. Was it your second message? Oh, I liked. Oh, you liked the streaming. Okay, good. Yeah, don't forget, guys. Now they're 24. At one point we were 28. So I hope I'll at least see 28 likes. If you haven't, please take a moment, like the video or the streaming, because we need the algorithm to recognize, and the more like we have, the more we have a chance to be recognized on YouTube to grow. And so he says, I had my first breakup. She was perfect to me. You see, I don't know how old you are, so I'm going to wait. Any question that doesn't have where you're tuning in from, how old you are, and if you're a man or woman, or what your gender is, I will pass by until I get that information, because I would not be able to use the little information that I need to. So we'll go on and we'll come back to DK when we have that information. Jesse says, what do you do if you don't feel at home? Okay, Jesse, I forgot your age. You are from Netherlands and 29 or 30 or 33. I'm not sure. Don't forget, guys, no matter how much I've talked to you guys before, I can't remember. So every question, please write in where you're tuning in from, how old you are, and your gender. What to do if you don't feel at home in the society? That's not an anomaly. The society is really messed up. So if you don't feel at home with the society, it pretty much means you're normal. You're of good character. Most societies are totally messed up. I often go with with what everyone does. Why? Why should you do what everyone does? Are you a monkey? No. You have your own thoughts, your own mind, your own way of knowing what's good for you, what's not good for you. But it doesn't match me. Okay, I hate the focus on career, looks, money. I feel like I want a different life than others. What to do if you don't feel at home in the society? Oh, you doubled that question. It just came in 2 times. Well, simply, one thing good about this world is that there's all kinds of things available. You don't have to comply to whatever the society does. You drink the tea that you want, the coffee that you want, where you want it. The food that you want is up to you. The activities that you choose is up to you. So what's the pressure? If you believe in yourself and understand what makes you feel good, what doesn't, then be it society or being a store that you're in it, there are all kinds of products there, but you don't buy everything. You don't look at everything. You look at some things, you glance it, it's not pleasing to you, it's not useful to you, you pass by, you look at the other things on other parts of the store. And if something attracts you and seems functional to you, you go closer and take a look, or maybe you hold it and you see how it functions and learn about it. Otherwise, there are all kinds of things available in the stores. The society is the same. All kinds of people, all kinds of activities, but you just pass by the things and the people that you don't enjoy, or the places that you don't want to be part of, or the things you don't want to be engaged in. And the things that perhaps looks okay, well, you see tiptoe, you go closer and see how it is. If it was pleasant, you engage. Not, you don't. So I wonder, why do you have to think that you have to be compatible with the society in the percentage that is beyond just being proper and not being nuisance, or not being a negative role model for the society? But that doesn't mean you should also follow what others are presenting as a role model for that society. You don't take a role model, you just see the portions of the society that applies to you, that it's appealing and you can identify with. So I don't think you should see the whole society as one whole big thing. Instead, you see the pockets that fits you. It's like you go to a big supermarket and you take the things that you want. Everything is there, but you don't take everything. Some of them, many of them are unhealthy for you. Some of them are good stuff, or too expensive, or not affordable, or proper. So you choose according to what you think is beneficial or acceptable to you. Same thing with society. It's a big, humongous ocean. All kind of shit is in there, but it doesn't mean you should be, just because you walked into that store, doesn't mean you got to eat everything is there. It doesn't mean you have to comply or become part of everything that the society has to offer, or all activities. Just choose, and that's okay. What do you think everybody else is doing? There's so many crazy people out there, so many crazy behaviors, so weird stuff going on. You don't have to comply. There are also so many good people, matches you. You got to find the right pockets. There are different departments in a big department store, but you may not want everything that is in the department store. So you go and find the department that has the products or the environment or the decorations that it pleases you, that is suitable to your needs. That's what the society is pretty much like. Avoid the stuff that you don't approve or bothers you or is not suitable or appropriate, and find the things. You got to do a little research. Simple. Otherwise, there's nothing wrong with you. It's all good. Robert, Roman says, Jesse, you're not. Yeah, okay. Robert says, Jesse, hi there. Please include your age, gender, and where tuning in from. Robert is now standing up for me. Yeah, but Jesse is quite well known to me, so I pretty much have a good idea, even though it's not maybe precise, but within a few years. And I know where she's tuning in from. She's made lots of comments, and I appreciate every one of you that you make comments on the videos that you watch. Please do make as many comments as you can. Again, that also helps us for the algorithm. And do like the videos that you watch if you like it, and that again helps us. Comments, liking, and of course sharing the videos. Please share the videos on your social media. All the videos that you like, keep sharing them. This sharing will introduce the videos and again increases the invitation or encourages others to check the channel, and hopefully they will find us. Once they find us, they will see there's lots of valuable stuff here. But the problem is we are not so visible, and that's why we need all that sharing, liking, commenting, and all that to help us grow. And I thank you for that. Chris Taylor Adams says, hello, Jesse. Okay, yeah. Jesse is popular. Everybody's saying hello to her. See, you're so normal, and your question was so normal that everybody's like that, pretty much. Chris Taylor says, it's definitely my ego. God damn, I needed to hear that. The hard truth is, I love your words. I will share, and I will like and offer anyone in need your help. Speak soon. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Chris. I am delighted that you find answers on this channel and on these live streams. Take good care of yourself. Be well, and talk to you soon. Ayushman says, thank you so much, sir. You're welcome. Ayushman says, sir, do all a girl want from a guy is a secure future, good looks, not very caring, and who likes and can live happy alone, doesn't care much of her or want to talk much to her. It's not clear for me, your question, Ayushman. Every girl is different, every guy is different, but you got to focus on who you are, not necessarily what this girl wants, what that girl wants. You just be a gentleman, be a good man, be caring, like the girl that you choose, be unselfish, but don't be a doormat. Just because they have a vagina and you want sex, that doesn't mean that you should be afraid of, oh, they're going to leave you. No, they can leave. If they want to leave, they can leave. Because you only want someone who's proper to you, loyal to you, friendly with you, unselfish with you, respects you, loves you, cares about you, and wants to bond with you unconsciously because you want to do the same thing for her. Be unselfish, be gentleman, be respectful, be loving, be caring, and all the good qualities that you can bring. Just be balanced. Don't be a doormat. That's all. Because if you reverse it, and the girl is doing everything for you over and more, and darling, do you want tea? 100 times. One time is enough. You either say yes, thank you, or no, or you say yes, thank you. Can I bring you some too? Not to sit on your ass and have the girl serve you all the time. It's a mutual thing. You also offer, you also make efforts to make her comfortable, to make her feel that you're in it together. But you don't have to be overly. If she always does everything for you, then you become a big-headed. You think, because what? You're a human being. You suddenly think, oh, I'm God. Because why? Because this girl is so needy. No, you don't want a girl who does all that for you all the time, too available. At the same time, you don't want to be too available to the girl. Just have your life and be a good boyfriend or husband later on. And she will have her life and do her duties and responsibilities and accomplishment, things that she likes to do in life, and also will be a good girlfriend, good wife, or whatever it is that your duties are. All right. So it says, sir, I want to buy your books. Please tell me how I can. Well, you can go to my site, www.mindthatseekstruth.com. One word. And then you will click on the books. You will see Me, My Psyche and I, or Transient Thoughts and Me, or whichever book that you want. And there are two versions. They're paper version. They're heavy and expensive because it has to be shipped to you, but the shipping is included in the price. And then there is ebooks, which $100 book in ebook is like $6.99. $80 book, which is the Me, My Psyche and I, an ebook is $5.99. Transient Thoughts and Me is $80, but in ebook is $4.99. So you can see it's very reasonable, not a big deal. You can buy Transient Thoughts and Me, My Psyche and I, both of them, or just Me, My Psyche and I, which is the one that is probably most helpful unless you want to get rid of some thoughts or understand why certain thoughts are in your head that you didn't invite these thoughts. What are they? What to do with them? How to manage them? And that's Transient Thoughts and Me. But the Me, My Psyche and I, you can read the table of contents of each book when you click on them, and then you can also read a chapter, sample chapter on the book. When you click further, the page opens and you can read it, and then you click on the buy button with the ebook or the real book, the printed book, and then it goes to the options of which books you want, which combination or single book, and then you pay with your PayPal or credit card, and that's it. The link will come to you. Easy as pie. Gustavo says, I live in California, but I'm from Argentina. She's 37. She's 37 and you have kids. I will certainly do that. Okay, good. Okay, DK says, I'm 20. She's 19, soon to be 20. All right, now I gotta go back to DK. He says, now I realize that she's not meant for me. Now I am improving on myself. Been exercising for 14 days, doing my school work. I didn't finish school because I pursued money. Okay. All right. So let's go back, catch up. So DK is 20. His ex is 19. Gustavo is in California and she's 37 with kids. Okay, let's go to DK or Gustavo, whoever is first. All right, Gustavo is first. Here's Gustavo. Where is Gustavo? Hi, I'm Gustavo, 45. So your wife is 37 years old. Your ex. What do you do when your ex uses your kids as leverage? Well, I wonder if you have joint custody together. And again, I don't know how often you see them. It's very important for me to know this information. She's 37 and you're 45. She's gonna have a hard time, have a long lasting relationship with 2 kids. Not too many people are going to come for a long lasting relationship. She'll have a relationship here, a relationship there, but she'll probably be dissatisfied with all of them. It's 37 years old. She might be concerned about if she has lost things in life, what she has accomplished, what she has, because 2 kids and a good routine in life sometimes is not so satisfactory to some people, and they may feel that they've lost something instead of focusing on the fact that they've actually accomplished hell of a lot. Raising 2 kids, good kids, it's a tremendous challenge, and it's tremendously valuable. But many women don't see it that way. They think the value is in just working for some place and getting some money, rather than raising good kids, which will represent the family and they represent themselves, and the kids' lives depends on how they're raised, and at the same time it helps to bring a better world to all of us when the kids are raised better. And how could they be raised better if they're not really spend good focus of time, quality time, and be raised with good role models like their mom, like their dad. So many women or men don't seem to understand the importance of their role as a parent. Yet they want to be parent and still they want to live as a single life too. It doesn't match. You have a role. You have accepted this role in the Shakespeare play of life. You have accepted the role of now being a parent. You were single and you're not parent, then be a goddamn parent. Rather than, I'm a parent, but I still want to shake my ass here and there. I still want to feel I'm not a parent. I'm single. You can't do that. Either get into the role or fuck off. And don't get married, don't have children. So now that you have, she will go through these experiences. You, on the other hand, are in much better shape. A 45-year-old, at the best time of your life. And you will have all kinds of opportunities. But don't just don't fall for any, piece of good-looking girl who's coming, which will be a similar age to your wife or younger, because they're looking for something. They're looking for stability, and a 45-year-old guy who's got his shit together and has got maybe a bit of money here and there or stability is a good catch, but that may not be the right girl for you. So you may want to look for someone who's similar in age, but maturity is the most important thing. Now, about the fact that she uses them as leverage, well, it depends how close you are with your kids. But the first thing you got to do, you got to sit with your wife, with your ex-wife, and say, listen, dear, at one point we loved each other. That's why we got married. Remember how things were? And we have 2 beautiful kids. And we should make sure, despite of our disagreements and separating right now, whatever the reason is, I don't want to get into that, the children have the right to still benefit from the love of their mother and love of their father and the security that we create for them by the way that we treat each other. Because they need to feel that everything is good. Otherwise, they're going to be affected and feel insecure, which was going to, leach into the rest of the experiences life that they have, the rest of the things they do in their life. Schooling, friends, feeling secure, and using that, thinking that they have to now become hoodlums or assholes because something is not right in their own home. Let's make sure while we are not together, they feel as the family still hits the cylinder and beats in the same way as it used to. There is a discipline still there. Mother and father are coordinated in responding and reacting and dealing with the children and challenges of life, even though they're not living together. So they can see nothing has changed as far as their responsibilities and their directions and their guidelines are concerned, and what's expected from them, because they cannot play one against the other. You got to talk this with your ex. You say, listen, if we do these, we'll end up having good children. But the worst thing is that if we have already fucked up on our marriage, that's fine, that's understandable. We're human beings, and for one reason we don't want to be together. That's fine. But the worst of it would be when we realize this action, which hasn't affected our children yet, actually ended up making them assholes and hoodlums and druggies or losers or problem with the police and all kinds of things because we didn't have this talk right now. That we must put the children ahead of ourselves. It is not a competition who's going to be more popular with the kids. You buy stuff for them so they will diss me, to listen to you more. Because they're children. They're impressionable. They will believe whoever gives them more stuff. And that's not to the best advantage for them. We are manipulating them just to get, our revenge from each other. We should not make them pawn. Let's understand that. Whatever it is between us, we loved each other. We don't know. Okay, fine. Or you don't know. Whatever. But let's be cordial. Let's look beyond that. Let's think about the children, what we are doing to them. Think not what you're doing for them. Is it for them or you're to them? Because what you're doing for them, if it's beneficial to them, great. If it's a way to buy their favor and encourage them to diss me, that's not for them. That's to them. And that's going to work against them. And I don't believe for 1 second that you want to harm them, because psychologically they will be harmed, while you will think, oh, they're under your command. They'll listen to you. And they think the mother was better than the father. But that shouldn't be our focus. Our focus should be what's best for them. We are assholes. Let's be frank. We made a commitment. We have children. We fucked up. One or both of us. I don't care. I'm not putting a blame on. But we are the assholes. Why should we cause them to become assholes? So understand that. Let's take responsibility for what we are doing. I respect your choice, and that's fine. But let us respect our children, because they're not the ones that chose to be living in this condition, to be played as pawns, as a ball between the two. It is our decision that we made. So we still must create and keep the same kind of environment for them, because it is their right and our duty. If we understand that, we will be fine and they will be fine. And you will have your boyfriend or boyfriends or whatever it is that you want to do, and I'll have my own life eventually, no matter how I feel about it right now. Things will change. But the most important is that we won't look back and say, we fucked up on our children. Psychologically, physically. That's the most important thing. Let's focus on that, dear. Then we have done it right, even though if you're not together. Make her understand that you're genuine. And if you need to, put this segment for her to see, because you have a responsibility, both of you. It's not just about you or her. It's not about you guys. You have children. It's about them. So bloody, pull your socks up, both of you, and focus on the prize. And that's your children. And that's the time when you look back and say, we did it good. Even though we fucked up on our marriage, that's okay. That happens. But we did it good. We treated each other well. We treated the children well. We were coordinated on security of the children, on the environment and the love that the children deserved and they received. And we didn't allow the boyfriends come and play with the children or come and go and this and that. We didn't leave the children alone with the boyfriend. We didn't replace the mother with the girlfriend. We didn't try to make ourselves a big deal by making the kids think that, this guy now that is my boyfriend now will be like your father, your role model. No, we made sure the children understand they have a father, the father loves them, and that's the role model. And the father makes sure that the girls that you bring in will not try to replace the mother or play like they're more important than the mother is. The mother's words goes. And you will always consult with each other, both of you. So the children will understand that there's still a mother and father and united in what's concerning them and pertaining to them. That will keep them in line because they need to see stability. So don't fuck them up just because you two couldn't make it work. And that's okay. It's not a problem. That's normal. That's fine. That happens. But make sure they will be feeling safe, secure, and still part of the center of the family, even though they don't live together, mother and father. But what comes about the children, they're united in making decisions together about the children. Work it together. That's your responsibility. All right. Gustavo, that was for you. Let's go to DK. DK say, I liked, thank you. Anyways, so I had my first breakup. She was perfect for me. I did the no contact thing for a week. Ended up writing to her tonight. Oh, she got cold on me and said she has no need to talk again. Yeah, okay, the dump her. Let her go. No big deal. She's not your, I don't know, loaf of bread that you will die without food. You're 20 years old, for God's sake. What do you know what kind of girl you want? It was an experience. You warmed up. You get to know about girls, how to treat them, how not to treat them. But don't think they're gods. They're just another human being. Be nice to them. Be kind to them. Be friendly. Try to get to know them. Don't get to know them because you want to go to bed with them. Get to know them as a human being. Establish friendship. Find things in common. And then the intimacy part will happen by itself if it's meant to be. If both of you are in it. You're 20 years old. You don't expect it to last forever. If a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship at age 20 lasts more than 2 years, it's abnormal. It should not last more than 2-3 years. That's it. You break up another one because you're getting close to age 30. And that's when you start looking for a wife. And on that time, you should have at least had a few experiences of, how women behave and act and interact with you through this. So if your relationship at age 20 lasts for 6 years, well, that's terrible. Because eventually you think, oh, that's the right one. And you want to get married, and that's the time that one of you says, no, I don't want to. Or you guys get married and you guys have no experience and no knowledge about how other things, and you always think, what if I had met another one? What if I had not? So get this shit out of the way by 6 months or a year girlfriend type thing, or maximum 2 years in that age, because there is not enough that you guys can really share at that age. You don't even know enough about yourself, let alone find things in common, because you don't have much. You haven't accomplished anything. Not enough maturity and experience yet. So 1 or 2 years in that age is enough. So you're lucky now. Go on, find another one. There's so many available. And he says, Sona, I want to cry. Don't cry. It's bullshit. You don't need to. But I know that you won't help me improve. Yeah, what? Cry for what? Cry for what? What have you lost? What have you lost? Did you guys have children? No. Was she bringing the food in? No. Was she making food for you? No. Was she paying for rent? No. Was she helping you to become wiser, smarter? No. Was she helping you? No. What the hell was it that you think you gotta cry for? The fact that she would make you feel more. I have a girlfriend. I can touch her, kiss her. Sex. That's it. At this age, with this kind of relationship, there's nothing more than that. So you haven't really lost anything to cry for. What? Nothing has diminished off of you. You're the same wonderful guy as you were before. Nothing has changed. Only the image you had of yourself in your mind that you have a girlfriend, I'm high and mighty, I have a girlfriend. So many don't. I feel good. I have a girl. Now that's the image has changed. Well, soon you'll have another girlfriend. Don't worry about it. Stop crying. Move on. All right. And we talked about that with Jesse as well. And now we go back to where we were. Ayushman says, thank you very much. You're welcome. We talked about that. Gustavo says, okay. Now we're back on there. And Jesse says, ha ha ha, Mehran, I'll check in the mirror if maybe I am a monkey. There you go. Thank you for the answer to my question. You're quite welcome. Answer to my question. Anna says, Anna from Chicago, 33. Hello, Anna from Chicago, 33, and appreciate you putting that info in there. Very kind. Why am I so revengeful, she says. I hate it. Like my ex moved on and I am mad about it and resent the fact he rejected me. Yeah, but what did he reject? You're still there. He rejected you, but you are not rejected because what? Rejected from what? You're still in your domain, you're still in your city, you're still in your job, you're still in whatever it is that you were doing. So you're rejected from what? You're rejected from his mind. So how much that's worth? A mind of one person has rejected the image he had of you in his mind. A big fucking deal. Huh? It's like hitting the eject button on a VCR, old times, you know, movies where VCR, not in not in DVDs, but it's actually like hitting the eject button on the DVD apparatus, and it just comes out. So it's ejected from the machine. That's all. But still, all the movie, all the detail, all the information on the DVD exists. All the picture, all the criteria, all the qualifications, every detail is still there. And no big deal. Nothing has changed to anything after DVD. It's only is no longer in that machine. Who gives a fuck? There's so many other machines out there. You rent a video, you eject it after you watch it, okay, whether you liked it or not, but you put it back into the Netflix or video store in the old days. Nothing goes wrong with that ejection. It's only out of that domain, that person's mind. But same thing with you. You still have the same qualification characteristics, good things, bad things, who you are, information, detail, colorfulness, taste. Everything about it is the same. It's only ejected, meaning out of that person's mind, which has nothing to do with who you are, what you are, and the quality of the DVD. Still, everything is the way it was about you. You're perfectly fine. So what does that rejecting or ejecting means? Nothing. It just means that person is not watching that movie anymore. It's not using that movie. It's a big fucking deal. So what? Go on. So many other people are looking for your story, are looking for your story, for your abilities, for your characteristics, for your maturity, for your wisdom, for your interaction with you, for your energy. Who gives a shit if he is moved on or not? Focus on you moving on. Don't watch his journey. Watch your own journey. I think that should be good enough. You got the gist of it, Anna. And don't be revengeful. What revenge for what? What does revenge do? It unfocuses you from the challenges and the path that you are traveling on. But keep looking at what the other person's doing. I gotta throw a stone at that one so he can't catch up with me. No, what? Focus on your road and keep running, because that's the only way you can run fast and get to where you want to go with least trouble and most focus and enjoyment. So that's why you should let go revenge for these sort of things. What revenge? Focus and make your life stronger and better. It doesn't make you better, revenge. It just makes you distracted. Fuck it. Whatever it was. Move on. Live your life. Enjoy your life. Gustavo says, like the video, guys. Yes, please do. 23 of you still lasted here. That means it's been something good. So click on like if you haven't so far. All right. Now, what happened? Lottie says, Oh, what happened? I lost Lottie. The minute I touch something here, it jumps. Lottie says, I think maybe the fact you do these wonderful live streams is a really good reason for people to subscribe to your channel. Not so many channels do good live streams. I wonder if you could show this on your website. I think many people could benefit from being able to ask questions, as well as feeling part of a group as well, which is good because after leaving a relationship, it can be lonely. Lottie, how can I put it on my site? It's already on the channel. I am constantly uploading it on my Facebook page, and there is a button on my site that they can click and go onto YouTube. Maybe I should dress it up a little bit and say there is a big button there that whoever can. But you know, most people go to my site from the YouTube. They don't find my site. The SEO is not that great there, and I don't spend money to advertise on it because we don't have money here. We still don't make money on the YouTube through the advertising and so on. But yeah, I'm as soon as there are enough finances, I will do some major changes and revamping the site choreography at least, and I got to do that sort of things because I agree with you. We have a tremendously great channel, very helpful. We don't talk nonsense here, as you know. And so we have to capitalize on it, and we got to do something. But you know, it's all about finances. We don't have enough money to spend on promotion of site and the SEOs and, you know, advertising. Like I have wonderful advertisings that I can put on YouTube, but I don't have still enough funds to advertise what channel does to attract more people to come and watch it or subscribe to it by advertising on YouTube different channels. As you can see, there's always advertisement on my channel, but I could also advertise on other people's channels for people to see that we exist. So all of that needs a little bit of financing. So I guess we'll eventually get there. Who knows? Maybe we will eventually get money to my Patriots account, or we start getting I don't know, super chats and stuff. We'll see. Or maybe we'll have more subscribers. So we're continuing however we could continue. The key is to continue. And we are doing that. So, and Lottie says, but I have found that although I have pressed the little bell icon and used to be notified, now sometimes it doesn't notify me after live talks. You know, I should contact YouTube, because they did contact me a while back, and they said, we recognize what you're doing with your channel. It's very interesting, and it's very, I don't know, all this kind of good stuff they told me. And they said, we want to talk to you to see how to help you to develop it, or, you know. So they talked to me for half an hour, and we had a chit chat of 15 minutes, and the stuff that they told me, I'm already doing it. So, but anyhow, I can reach out to them and ask why some of my subscribers who have already clicked on the bell, they don't get notified. That would be a good thing to ask. I will do that. And thank you, Lottie, for your kindness and your thoughts. I appreciate that. So remember, guys, we need you guys share the videos on your social media. The more you share, the more we get exposed, because somebody will like it and they may share and so on, and eventually the word goes around. And also the word gets around. And also I need the likes and I need the comments on the videos that you watch. Like them and comment on them. That all helps the algorithm. So must obey the rules says, is there any time it's acceptable to retry a relationship after a fairly abrupt ending resulting from a disagreement? Yeah, let the nature take its course. I guess at that moment everybody wants to wait till the other one comes forward to feel empowered. I was right, so she's coming to me. or she says I was right because he's coming to me. All that bullshit is not gonna help with anything. But that's the ego. They're no longer concerned about who was right or what is most reasonable outcome of this discussion. They're more concerned about me, ha ha, me, big monkey, I right, you not right, I big, because now you accepted that I was right, and I have one person that I'm better than. That means I'm better than the whole world. It's such a stupid way of thinking, but that's what most people do think. However, just you can be the bigger girl. Again, I don't know how old you are, where you're tuning in from, and your picture doesn't let me know if you're a man or a woman. So, oops, what happened? I pushed on something. So, I need that information, guys. Otherwise, I won't be really cater to that age category that you are, or background. So anyhow, you can be the bigger person and just call up and say, listen, let's talk about this, because let's find out what's the logic, not who says who's right, but see what makes sense, what works for both of us. It's not a big deal. And if she refuses, it's a big deal. Okay, you got your cue and you move on. Gustavo says, thanks for your advice. I will still get a personal consultation. Sure, by all means. Okay. Adam says, VHS. Remember Betamax, Mehran? Yes, I do, Adam. Oh, Adam, you're what? How old are you? I forgot. You seem to identify with these sort of. I remember I had a car in university. they used 8 tracks then. It's a big deal. This one, and one of the function of the car that you wanted to buy. And of course, we always bought used car. We were students. Oh, it has 8 tracks. it was this thick and this long that it had one music or one group of album, and you would just click it in, and then you push the button and it would play, and it was tapes, and sometimes it would get all mixed up. You had to kind of rewind it, fix it up. Then we had cassettes, and then eventually we had discs and DVDs and CD and then DVDs and all that. So anyhow, evolution. We're part of the history now. I don't know. I don't remember how old you were, but definitely I am. Murray says, after a long-term relationship, 25 years, is it good to get in the saddle again as soon as possible? Well, just find yourself a little bit, relax with yourself, and don't rush. Don't think that by, again, being in a relationship, you've solved your lack of encouragement right now. Work on yourself. Find things you love to do and fix the things you want to fix in yourself. Then you bring a newer version of yourself. Then you can get into a relationship on different basis. Not to get into a relationship to cover up the pain of the other one. Don't get into a relationship with motivation of just masking something that is bothering you. No. Move on from that clearly by building yourself, focusing on things you like to do in life and so on, and create a new order for yourself in life by new mechanical processes. And then you feel good about yourself, then you will maybe look for another relationship, because then the purpose of being in a relationship for you at that time would be in a relationship, not to cover the shortcomings or challenges that you may be going through because of the previous relationship and its effects on you. All right. Roman G says all alone, all one. Yes, that's right. Okay. Shahin or Shahin Mesgar says, hey Mehran, great to see you again. What's your opinion on guys or girls who think relation and love should be a challenge and tension is needed in relation? Why? If you're driving a car on a road to your destination, you think because you've got shocks on the car, then it's more pleasant ride and a journey, an experience if the road is full of potholes and mud and unpaved and broken asphalts and dangerous sidings. What? No, it just brings tension. It's not fun. Who says that? They're the people who have no capability of discovery or compatibility or resolving issues and being decent or compassionate and caring and unselfish, and they hide behind the fact that, oh, tension is needed. No, why? If you can't grow a nice healthy flower and you think, oh, that flower will be healthier and stronger and better looking by keep cutting it with the knife into it and sticking it and then not giving it water and let it be tense a little bit. No, who says that? The whole world is trying to learn meditation to get away from tension, because that's not the way to make you to be at your optimum. That's nonsense. But when things do happen, which they do happen, conflicts and divisions are coming from consciousness, differences between the consciousness, and everybody has that. So divisions and conflicts will happen, whether you want it or not. Now, when it does happen, not on purpose, but when it does happen, well, you resolve it, you learn how to resolve it, and it become more clear understanding between the two, more bonding on the consciousness. That's why you guys get closer. Not because you had a tension. The fact that you were able to resolve it by understanding and becoming more flexible and more mature about it is what creates that understand. That understanding creates more emotion, more pure emotion, and more love and more closeness, cohesiveness through understanding and bonding on the consciousness level and helping each other to resolve something. Cooperation, that's the exchange of energy that causes that feeling of cohesiveness, closeness, not the fact that there was tension. All right. And guys, Shaheen or Shaheen, remember, you guys are supposed to tell me where you're tuning in from, how old you are, if you're man or woman, your gender. And he or she continues, rather than thinking that it should be a safe and supportive place for both. Well, everybody wants it to be safe, but you can't think that unexpected things will not happen. That's just not the way of the river. On the way of the river, there are rocks and things that the water will climb over it, go around it, and has a challenge, it splashes over it. These challenges are on the path of relationships as well. But don't expect that everything is going to be always smooth sailing like the surface of the water on the ocean, the calm day and a calm ocean. There could be waves, but you got to be able to keep the balance of your boats when the waves appear. Not that doesn't make you listen. Calm ocean does not train an experienced captain, skillful captain. You can only become skillful if there are some waves in the ocean. The waves will happen. So your focus should be when it happens, not to create the waves, but when the waves happen, keep your balance so it won't be capsized. That's how you become an expert captain. Not that you go into the ocean to create the waves and then tension will, no, that's nonsense. But when the tension does happen, you should be able to have the capacity to work it to the best, to come up with the best resolution for both of you. then that brings the experience for you guys, and you guys get better and better through that which you did not intend to bring it, because divisions and conflicts will happen whether you want it or not, because the consciousness are different. But when it does happen, you should have the ability and focus and interest to deal with it and resolve it. And that's how you become a better captain, and there would be less and less tension in life. And that's the idea of it. There's enough challenges out there. You don't want another challenge inwardly. You want to make things move cohesively, comfortably, together, in harmony, so you can team up in front of other challenges that may come your way as a couple in life. Lord Simon says, Italy, 20 years old, says, grazie for the information. My girlfriend left my city and we broke up because I'm studying in the university and I'm not financially independent to reach her. I don't have time and she's too far away and it's too painful because I never wanted this. She is so far away from me. Big deal. You're the one who's holding the tickets. You're the one who's studying in university. You're the one who's going to create a good career for yourself, a good business for yourself. You have plans. You're focusing on achieving a better lifestyle. And so don't worry if she couldn't appreciate that or couldn't wait for that. Big deal. Keep focus on what you're trying to build. Accomplish yourself. There will be other girls and even more qualified. Right now you're totally focused on this and you have no time to pursue anything else, no money, no nothing. You're focusing on your studies to have money and better jobs later on. And that's when you will have much more opportunities to find wonderful girls. You don't have any duty or responsibility or obligation to offer what you are going to be in the future to this girl if she's not hanging around. So don't think, no, I don't have any money. She was my girlfriend, so she came to me when I had no money, so she's the one who I should trust because she didn't come for my money. I should give her everything. No. She could have waited around and cooperated with you and consider this serious relationship if she wanted to. She didn't. Okay, she has the right. Respect that, but she can go. But you also have the right to respect yourself and move on and accomplish yourself, and then find other girlfriends, which they will come. Don't worry. Victor K says, Mehran, I checked the chapter of your book about meditation and energy. Could you please tell people an example of meditation exercise to let energy grow inside of you? I recommend the book. It's great. I can do that another time when I would actually conduct a guided meditation here when we have enough people. It should be once everything is suitable. I have to create an environment where I can sit on the ground and guide you guys into meditation and help you guys understand, and then we would dedicate that session for questions about meditation and so on and so forth. In the meantime, I think the book explains in detail how the meditation in that style can be done, and I'm glad that you have it and you enjoyed it, and we'll discuss that in detail. I will have one session that dedicated to that topic. Victor says, hope people can try one of these exercises and read more in your book later. Yes, okay, yeah. Right now it's like 2 hours into the discussion. I think I'm a little getting dried. It needs a little bit of a detailed background and build up an explanation, which I think I wouldn't be doing a good job right now because it's like towards the end of the session, and I need to recharge now. Adam says only 37, Mehran. Aha. Adam. See, When you guys don't tell me this at the beginning, I forget what it was that we were talking about. Adam. Oh, Adam. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. the VHS and all that. Well, so 37. I wonder how you remember that. Well, you can't, because 37 years ago, I was 25. Well, by that time, there was no more 8 tracks, but there were still VHS. Oh, yeah. You know about VHS because, okay, good. Lord Smith says, life is so cruel. It can be, yes. But maybe it's the best decision for both of us. Absolutely. That's my boy. Keep going forward. Gurinder Singh says, hello, Mehran. Hello, Gurinder. Thank you for your advice of the day. You're welcome. I have a question. How do you increase your value and self-esteem or recognize what you are worth? Through your accomplishments and through your negotiation with your daily life and the events that happens and things that you have to deal with, how you manage your day, how you manage your challenges. That's how you prove your worth and value. It's not about what you get, what you have, how many girlfriends you have, how much money you have, and how happy you are. It's about how you swim in the ocean, how you keep your strokes of swimming style when the tsunami is coming, when the waves are coming, when the storm's coming, when it's calm or not. How continuously you stay focused on what you want to accomplish. These are really how you can measure your self-esteem. And remember, nobody cares more about your self-esteem than you do, because that's what you need to get where you want to go in style. And when you're there, and when you've already resolved the stuff and problems or challenges in your head, then everybody will notice the energy that is exuded from you, because you're happy, because you're confident about your ability to solve and move on from things that are not solvable, or you to solve and manage things, the challenge that is thrown towards you. And people feel that energy, and then they're more gravitating towards you, because everybody wants to be in a safe environment and with a person who has a good energy. And through that, they feel you can handle things. And that's what attracts them to you. Murray says, yes, okay. I don't remember what it was, but okay. Yes, it's good. And Lord Simon says, but she still loves me and I love her, but it's so traumatic and she will never come back to me, and I accepted her choice and I hope she will has a better life there, and we are so far away and we are not capable to meeting. Okay, forget it. Doesn't matter. Don't make it a sob story. Move on. It's a big ocean. So many fish in it. So many places to visit. So many islands to dock and enjoy whatever is there to offer. So don't summarize or don't reduce the whole life experience to this one love. Okay. Obviously, it wasn't possible for you guys to stay together. So, okay, you guys accept it, wish each other well, but go on. Life continues. Show must go on. Don't trap yourself into that memory or thoughts of that, how tasty that food was. No, go and buy ingredients, make another food just as tasty. Keep on making food. You will be fine. You can't get rid of the hunger by memory. Just move on. Go learn how to make food. Okay, now, Adam says it's becoming very clear that men are the weaker sex when it comes to the breakdown of relationship. Women appear to get over relationships a lot quicker. It's not really that. It's just about a human being's brain and how you can see and understand your psyche and the role of thought and role of your desire and pleasure and ego, all of that. If you understand all that, it's not about it's easier for men or easier for women. But the only thing that is right in there is that there are always more men focusing on finding and lining up for that woman than there are women lining up for us men, because we are hormonal driven. We're programmed for procreation. Heterosexual male is programmed to seek female. It's in his program. It is in genes. So, and we want that intimacy. So we see a woman, and we think that's all we need, just the fact that she's a female. But women are looking for a lot more credentials in a man. And there's always, because of that hormonal gene programming, there's more men are going to be available for the ex, for the girl, than there are more women available for us men. We got to go look for it, search for it, but they just wait around, and they're noticed because men are attracted to the female body. Looks is not necessarily that much of their characteristics is necessary to attract a man at the beginning. They're attracted by just being near a female because that's in their genes. Then later on, when they see she's full of shit, then of course they go away. But at the outset, there are more candidates to approach the woman. That's why the women somewhat may have an easier time to move on, because there's so many more approaching her, inviting her. But for the men is more difficult, because girls don't choose their men the same way that the men choose their women, by just a physical look, visual, and the sexual attraction only. It's got more things to it for girls. That's why they don't line up for us. But again, it's just as difficult for girls if they love someone when the breakup happens. Pretty much it depends on who breaks up. Break hair or breaky. Breaky usually has harder time to move on, and that's what we're trying to solve here, to make it clear to you the role of your thoughts, consciousness, your ego, desire, fears, pleasure, and all that. If you understand all that, then it'll be easier for you to move on, even though if you're the breaky, not the breaker. So now let's move on to let me have a sip of this. You guys putting me to work too long. I better see 28 likes when I leave and upload this. I'll go on strike otherwise. Lord Simon says, thank you for your support. You're welcome. Murat says, hi, I have a thing I can stop. Hi, I have a thing I can't stop to think about. Really? I guess everybody has a thing that they can't stop thinking about. Or a thing or two, who knows? All right, let me see the rest of this. This is the question here. Are you pulling my leg, or what are you talking about? So Murad says, hi, I have a thing I can't stop to think about. Well, good for you. It is it is that's why I don't like when girls sleep with whomever. The thing is, I want to do it as well, but I can't do it like them because I'm a guy, and it's harder for me to lay with girls. Now when I take my ex back, which I don't know if I want, what's resisting is if she let whoever take her, she's not as attractive to me. But if I was in her position, I think I would do the same. I don't know, I'm just confused. I'm 23. Yes, You're right. Murat, you are confused and you are 23, that's for sure. But the fact is, you're talking about your ego and you say, I can't lay with girls. In fact, it's the other way around. Guys can sleep with girls easier than girls can go to bed with some guy. Because it's always it's a bigger deal for a girl. Every time a girl goes to bed with you, it doesn't matter how many guys she's been with before, she still thinks it's a first time. So it's very important for the girl to understand the girl. Just because she's had many boyfriends or she's gone to bed with other guys, that doesn't mean that it's not important for her when she goes to bed with you. It's still very important and personal to her. For her, it's still like it's the first time. So you have to be generous, considerate, loving, caring, and treat her with respect and love. It's a big deal to her. So it is the other way around. Guys, on the other hand, all it takes, they turn on because the girl is pretty or something turns them on, and they can do that. Of course, some guys would prefer far better if it's with emotion, with love, with care, and they have their own standards as well. But mostly, in general, it's easier for a guy to sleep with this girl and that girl than the girl to sleep with this girl. Of course, there are sluts around too that they don't give a shit. They're just fine sleeping around with any guy. But that's not what we're talking about. So, for you, if you have broken up with your ex and you think, oh, if she's gone to bed while you guys were broken up, it's hard for you to take her back. Why? It would be okay for you to go and sleep with another girl when you guys broken up, but it's not okay for her. Well, of course, if it's just a month or two, I can understand that. But if you guys been separated for 6 months or a year, and one of you, or she goes and has another boyfriend and sleep with somebody else, it's the same as if you do. What's the big difference? Suddenly it's bad for her, but it's good for you? It's the same. So be fair. It's your ego talking. Mine, me female, me woman. It's not the caveman time. Grow up. Respect her choice too. She has as much right as you have. So, but neither one of you should be whores. So limit that, and at least have, criterias and prerequisites, and be selective. Okay, go on. Let's go on to Kalani. Kalani says, my brother, great to see you. Kalani 26, Hawaiian Island. Thank you very much, Kalani. Mahalo for being here and introducing yourself the way you do, as I really appreciate it. So, Trevor says, been on and off relationship for 5 years with a woman I work with. Oops, okay. I broke it off again, but it's hard to stop thinking about her, and seeing her daily does not help. I'm 39, from Michigan. Great videos. Okay, glad you like it, Trevor. Hi, by the way, love your videos, really helping things. Good, Trevor. Remember that when you're on your social media, and share the videos on your social media. We need to grow, and the only way is for you guys to share the videos, like the videos, and make comments on the videos. Algorithm has a lot to do with these things. Sharing the videos, commenting on the videos you watch, and liking the videos that you watch. That helps us to grow. And thank you for the kind words. Yeah, it is very challenging when you work with someone in the office, because first of all, guys think about sex all the time, and when they think about sex, could be every 5 seconds or 10 seconds, or depending how busy they are, how focused they are on other things. Sometimes if they're busy with something, they won't be thinking about it, obviously. But when you're in the office, and sex being an important part of every human being's feelings and thoughts, You see her, and especially in the office, she's always dewed up and nicely professionally dressed and looks good, and I don't know, the way she's dressed up. And so it's more of a formal and a presentable way than if it's you guys are together just in private. So, and naturally the atmosphere of both informal clothing and you thinking about sex, and she's also presentable, and you have the memories of having sex with her. So when you look at her, it reminds you of the intimate times that you guys spent together or have spent together. So kind of encourages you to want the more of that, because you're now only focused on the intimacy, which is all the good part of your relationship, and you're not focused and encouraged to think about the bad things or the troubles that you guys been having. You only see her as the physical beauty or the physical attraction that you are attracted to. So naturally it will be difficult. But if you really want to make sense out of it, you got to focus on the troubles that has been caused, and what the troubles are will keep your mind away from whatever it is that you're thinking that makes it hard for you when you see her around the office. And you got to make a decision. If you guys gonna be together, then try to understand each other better and compromise and bond on conscious level, rather than only focusing on the physical connections that you have, because you can't build a relationship on sex. You can't build a relationship, at least a long relationship, on sex only or physical attributes. Pleasure, you can only build it by bonding on consciousness level, understanding each other's needs, fears, what brings psychological security for both of you, what is the desires that it's occupying your mind, the level of ego in each one of you. You got to discuss all these things. You got to know these things about yourselves before you can understand it in the other person. And hopefully that you have gone on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, and acquired the book Me, My Psyche, and I. The ebook is very nominal. You should have that on your library, and then refer to it whenever you want to know a little bit about yourself, a little bit about what is fear, why fear arises, what is desire, how does it come about, what is ego, is it an organ, or is it just is a program? Well, how did it come about? What are thoughts? What are the role of thoughts in your feelings? What is the relationship between thoughts and feelings, and relationship between thoughts and consciousness? You got to know all these things. For that, pick up the book Me, My Psyche, and I. The ebook is very nominal. Have it, or get both of the ebooks or 3 of them. I don't know. Just have them on your library and enjoy them whenever you feel like to know a little bit more about yourself. Have a cup of tea, coffee, and just relax with it. Get to know about yourself. How many of you know about yourself? How much you know about yourself? I mean, you go buy a juicer or a toaster, you spend half an hour on the owner's manual to know how it works, how it's put together, what to watch for, But you don't spend any time on yourself. You just think, what? I eat, I shit, I fuck, and that's it? And then you wonder why I feel that way. Because you have never spent enough time on knowing what makes you tick, how you're put together, what is your center, what is psychological security, what is a mechanical process. What are these things? What is the order? What is pleasure? Why do you want pleasure? What are you in love with? Do you know what it is that you're in love with? I'll make a video on that, by the way. I'm thinking about it, so I'm not going to give it away. Okay, now let's move on to next. Where was the next? All right. Murad says, ooh, wow, yes, I understand. Why can't I think of this? Why can't I fucking think of this? I love you, dude. Okay. It is okay that she sleeps with others, I guess. If she's sleeping with a lot of guys, which worries me. Yeah, okay. Well, if she sleeps with a lot of guys, then you disqualify her. So, okay, fuck off. I don't want that. All right? That's it. So there's a number there that you can actually, kind of consider if it's too much. But normal numbers is normal. What do you do for a living? Can you talk a bit about yourself? I'm curious. I have a lot of respect for you, and I hope you see the power of your mind and way of helping others, and I wish you the best, sir. Murat, I have spoken about myself, and in the videos, I've got over 1,200 videos on this channel, and some of it is like, it explains like, what about you, or something about that. But right now, I don't think, it's a long story about me, like, I'm 63, I just turned 63 years old, so there's lots of story. If I want to go through it, I gotta have a biography written. So, but I will another time maybe share some more. But in the meantime, there are some information about me on the channel that says, tell me something about you, Mehran, or something about Mehran, or something like, I don't know what the video's name is, but search it out with the words that you want. There would be some videos that has. This question has been asked before, and I've said some things about myself, I believe. If not, then later on, remind me, and I'll try to, say something about myself. If that was interesting to people. And first, I'll ask how many people say yes, and if I see majority say that, then I'll spend a few minutes on that. Otherwise, I don't think that many people would be interested. Murat. All right. Okay, looks like we have hit all the questions. We are done. I thank you very much for sharing your time with me and allowing me to share some of my opinions and views with you. And I hope that I've been helpful in making you feel better, understand yourself better, and deal with your challenges better. And I hope that is understood. That is the purpose of this channel. In the meantime, I would love to ask you to remind you, please share the videos that you like on your social media. That helps us to grow. And like the videos that you like, and make comments on the videos that you like. And the algorithm will be affected and will be more visible, because we do like to grow further, far further than the number of subscribers that we have, which, as you all have said, doesn't represent the quality and the contents and the helpfulness of this channel. In the meantime, please be good to yourself, to the others. I look forward to talk to you again. I love you all, and I see you soon. Bye for now.